All right, man, now nation, it's time for the second factor crap of the day, and this one's going to get spicy because we got a lot of Raiders fans that are pigskin punters. We got a lot of Raiders fans that watch the show. We got a lot of Raiders faithful out there that love the Las Vegas Raiders. But guys, this one's simple. Factor crap. The Las Vegas Raiders should fire Pete Carroll and cut Geno Smith right now. Let's talk about this. Because what's happening in Las Vegas right now isn't just disappointing. It's flat out embarrassing. The Raiders just didn't lose to the Colts. They got humiliated 40-6. Their fourth straight loss. Their worst defeat since the 48-9 beatdown in Kansas City back in 2021. And here's the crazy part. This is supposed to be Pete Carroll's revival tour. This is supposed to be Geno Smith comeback tour. Remember back in July, Pete Carroll stood in front of reporters at training camp, grinning from ear to ear, and said, "We're going to win a bunch of games. I don't care who hears that. We're going to win some games." Well, Pete, we heard you. And now, 5 weeks into the season, the Raiders are sitting at 1-4. The worst start of your entire head coaching career. But let's start with Geno Smith. The reunion that Pete Carroll was supposed to be a storybook. Teacher and student together again. Instead, it turned into a horror movie. Geno Smith threw 2 more interceptions against the Colts, bringing his total to 9 on the season. 9! That's the most entire NFL. 9 picks in 5 games. That's Jim Puckett's 1982 territory, folks. You have to go back over 40 years to find the Raiders quarterback who has been a turnover prone this early. Geno has thrown multiple interceptions in 3 of his first 5 games. And those mistakes are killing this team before even halftime even hits. You can feel the frustration. After the game, Geno sat in his locker in silence, head down, while receiver coach Chris Bentley tried to console him. Carroll eventually walked over, and the two had a long talk. But the talk isn't fixing this. Execution is. And right now, Geno Smith isn't executing anything but his team's chances. Here's the thing. It's not like Geno Smith is being sabotaged. The Raiders have weapons. They drafted Ashton Gentry to revive the running game. Max Crosby's healthy and producing. Brock Bowers is still a star, even though he's injured right now with those PCL issues and a bone bruise that's clearly limiting him. But Carroll said if Brock could have played, he would have. But that doesn't change the fact that this team looks soft. The energy is gone. The discipline is gone. The confidence, all gone. Guys, let's talk about the rest of this disaster. Special teams. Absolute chaos. The Colts blocked a punt and injured punter A.J. Cole. Kicker Daniel Carson had to step in and punt for the first time in his career. He missed a 57-yard field goal, and if not for a penalty, the Raiders would have given up a 98-yard kickoff return touchdown. This team isn't bad. They're just straight dysfunctional. The defense actually played decent against the run, holding the Colts to under 100 yards rushing. But that doesn't matter when you go 0 for 4 in the red zone and give up touchdowns on every Colts red zone trip. Indianapolis went 6 for 6 inside the 20. You can't win football games when your opponent is perfect inside the red zone and you can't finish drives. Pete Carroll even admitted after the game they out-executed us. We weren't able to get off the field. That's coach speak for we got bullied. And that brings us to this biggest question. Should the Raiders fire Pete Carroll now and move on from Geno Smith? Guys, look, I respect Pete Carroll. He could potentially become a Hall of Fame head coach. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. One of the best motivators this league has ever seen. But let's be honest, that raw stuff doesn't hit the same when your team is losing by 34 points. The locker room is tuned out. The fire is gone, and Pete Carroll looks lost at best. He even admitted after the game, "I'm processing it poorly." You can see it on his face. The smile is gone. The confidence is gone. The swagger is gone. The NFL doesn't wait for you to figure out. And if we're being honest, it doesn't look like Pete Carroll will figure out anytime soon. As for Geno Smith, it's time. Enough is enough. He's a great story. He's a great comeback guy, but he's not the future for this team. Carroll said he is considering benching him for Kenny Pickett late in the game, but decided to get more reps in for his starters. That's nonsense talk. When your quarterback has 9 picks and can't lead a scoring drive, you make the change. The locker room needs a spark, and Geno clearly isn't providing it. Now, I'm not saying fire Pete Carroll just for the sake of it, but this team needs a direction now. The Raiders have talent, they have leaders, but what they don't have is accountability. Max Crosby said it best. Yeah, we didn't do anything good, When your defensive captain can't name one positive from a full 60 minutes, that's a reflection of the coaching. So, factor crap. Should the Raiders fire Pete Carroll now and cut Geno Smith? Guys, I'm calling it fact. Carroll's culture isn't connecting. Geno's magic is gone, and the team looks lifeless. It's time for the Raiders to stop living in the past and start building for the future. Let Kenny Pickett take over, give Gentry the backfield, and get your young guys real experience to start resetting this thing before it's too late. If the Raiders wait too long, they'll waste another season, another locker room, another year of Max Crosby's prime. But what do you guys think? Should the Raiders pull the plug now, or does Pete Carroll deserve more time to fix it? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. What's up, buddy?